Yo, what's up, dudes? So, I'm playing some old school RuneScape near this guy with the fan, and I happen to have 216 million gold. Isn't that pretty crazy? So, I'm gonna keep playing in the Revenant Cave and getting more gold for the 925 update. I was gonna do Enter the Abyss and then Temple of the Eye quest, but I definitely would like to have the full just to see our gear beforehand. Yeah, I have my sword equipped. Yeah, I checked my Gmail, nothing going on there. So, whatever. Now is as good of a time as any. I had some Campbell's chunky chili mac and cheese, which was relatively good. Obviously, much better product than Campbell's. Like, did you guys know, like, Campbell's lasts like 2 years? It's like the most obvious food to buy ever. I was surprised. In August 2020, like, Campbell's stock had gone down quite a bit, and I decided to, like, I try to buy Campbell's stock because I thought that would be like a smart decision. So that night didn't drop anything. Whenever that happens, that sometimes means that like a Revenant Maledictus spawned, but in this case that didn't happen. So yeah, I've done my apps. It's been 2 years of just playing video games. How odd is that, right? Like, I worked from 2015 to 2019 for 4 years, and then like I worked for like 2 years in 2021. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Gas guzzler. Where do these people come from? It's like a different planet. You guys ever watch the Robot Chicken Season 1 with Captain Planet? That thing's mad funny. Laugh. Oh my god, though. I could try streaming with the air conditioner on. Now would probably be a decent time. I don't know. I have my Enter the Abyss quest notes, like right here. With Temple of the Eye and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Because they have Justiciar statues underwater. So, I mean, I still have to edit my Curse of the Black Stone quest. I actually did that in May. Like mid-May. Like, like the first week of July is when I did the Darkness of Hollow Vale in RuneScape 3, working towards the Lord of Vampirium. Like I could tell because I was uploading to my Facebook album. Because yeah, it's definitely good to see some of the people like throwing the Ursine chain mace at like the dragons. Like clearly getting to the Revenant Cave itself is a challenge in and of itself, but just seeing people participating in the Revenant Cave is so huge. And it's really a testament to just how great RuneScape is. Because I'm making a ton of gold, and like this is only level 97 attack. It's not level, like it's not like this is like level, like right here 97. It's not like this is level 99 attack. So it's going pretty well. Alright, let's have my Divine Super Combat Potion, which increases all of my combat stats, which is so useful. I'm going to use my special attack by clicking the blue button up here, because I'm fighting a Revenant Knight, level 126. With the Divine Super Combat Potion, obviously, and the Osmotin Fang, you could do like way more stab damage to him. He has the same weaknesses as the Eclipse Moon in old school RuneScape, so yo, my classic console playlist, like I say this every single stream, it's so good. Like the fact that you can connect like each and every one of them to your PC is pretty huge. Today I went to Starbucks and I got a pumpkin spice frappuccino, which is pretty good. They made me stand there for quite some time for once. Usually it's always ready. But I had nice sandals on, so standing there was pretty easy. They're like, oh god, there's a black lady standing in front of him. And she has a big ass. So I was unfazed. And then they're like, oh my god, there's a white lady standing in front of him now. Unfazed. It's like, wow, his sandals are so stable. It's like, yep. It's like, I didn't even know people had shin muscles. Yo. I'm gonna have some soda. Nice. Yeah, I mean, these dudes look so good. Like, do you see how much time they're putting in? Oh my god. Yeah, I walked outside. I see like way more people now. Like way more diverse. It's so odd. I've never seen so many diverse group of people. Like, how exciting is that? It's like the entire planet moved. I don't know where some of these cars are going, dude. This is ridiculous. Alright, so it looks like I ran out of food, but I should probably have... They like never drop lighted Karambuan I don't think, in the cave. Yeah, they like never drop it anymore. How weird is that? They used to always drop blighted cromboin, but they moved up to blighted anglerfish. Like, did anybody else notice that? Like, who here remembers Taibo One Eye Village? Like, when you fought the lion? Like, in the jungle? How cool was that? Like, when I fought the lion, like... Like, everyone forgets about that. They forgot that I fought the lion in the jungle, but I did. Like, whenever I'm talking to, like, old school RuneScape, they're always like, oh, like, you fought the lion in our jungle. And I'm like, bro, like, yeah, I fought your lion, so? Yo, some of these people's classic games look so much better than mine. Like their Tony Hawk American Wasteland. It's like, yo, what version of this game are you playing? Did they just like do a quick like line of like, oh yeah, we ported these classic games to PS5 and you have no idea. It's like, oh wow. Sick collection, bro. It's like buying games. Like what? I want some chips. I was having some Tostillos. What were they called? I'll figure out the name. I was having some Tostitos Cantina Thin and Crispy chips. I mean, those are pretty good. If you like dip them, they taste like Chevy's chips. Like, if I was able to somehow wet them and put like salt on them, that would be mad good. Yeah, these nights are mad cool. I can't believe I forgot all about this game. Like, they released it on mobile in like 2018, and I'm sort of glad I didn't play it because my RuneScape 3 setup was like exactly when like it required the least amount of work to play it, which is pretty cool. Because not only did I have more knowledge, and also having played old school RuneScape beforehand, but also I bought my keys at the perfect time after leveling a bit with my knowledge, and I knew how to like play the game. And I got like a ton of gold, which is pretty huge. So when like the new update for Varlamore comes out, 9/25, I guess I could move RuneScape to the top of my YouTube for that week. Old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3. Cause I mean, somehow my how to get to Varlamore video gets like 60 views a day, and I guess even more people will be like, how do I get to Varlamore? So inevitably, like, I have walkthroughs for those quests, which is kind of cool. I should edit my Perilous Moons video, not including the bosses, before part 2 comes out. Yeah, I get some edits in, like Beneath Cursed Sands, I just have to do the Scarab boss fight, and then the other boss fight right outside. So I did all of the complicated edits for that besides the beginning quest. And then Lord of Vampirium, I just have to edit. Well, I was editing the quest beforehand because it has Venescula in it, the pink-haired vampire lady in RuneScape 3 in the Mauritania quest series. That was such a cool quest. I think I was editing Darkness of Hollowvale or something. It's like video 10 in my RuneScape 3 playlist. Because you could right click and change the time of day on a globe in RuneScape 3. Which is so cool. Because like, I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, it definitely feels like it's still a thing. Being able to play old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3 on mobile, like anywhere. Like, after I essentially buy my house, like for sure. It's gonna happen. Like, I've made 1800% trading stocks before, and I could easily do it again. That was like the most unforeseen structured sell-off I've ever seen in my entire life. Yo, these Amazon Basics notepads are so good though. Check it out. Like, they have different sizes. They're so good. I take notes with them, and they're super useful. Like, you could like tear sheets off of it and stuff. It's so cool. Alright, let me have some soda. I've only been live for 17 minutes. I've done all my apps. Like, I haven't missed any applications. You should see the dudes that I interview with. Like, it's not that impressive. They look like, what was that that show with Will Arnett? Was it Community? I don't know. Is my desktop audio not on? Why does it say, yeah, my desktop audio is on. Say my desktop audio is like low. Yeah, but that Will Arnett show where he has like two brothers and like the one is like, he's like a never nude or something. I don't think he was his brother, but I like the IT Crowd as a TV show. That show is pretty good. Like, I saw every TV show. Like Dexter season 2, where like LaGuardia and the black guy, like they suspect that Dexter is like basically evil, and obviously Deb is his sister, and like she ends up finding that he's evil. Like, I think it's season 5 when she's cheating on him. She actually dated him, Michael C. Hall, in real life. And that was such a good show. But like the old guy, obviously season 1 has the ice truck killer, which is pretty cool, because like, if you know my personality, like I read a ton of like horror books and stuff. Obviously, they placed like all the relatable women like on MySpace and in a grade below me. So yeah, like obviously if you read like, because I switched grade schools, so if you sit there and read like 10 horror novels in class, it's not like people like message you like, oh, I think you would like Dexter, like the TV show. It's like, oh wow, really? Like, did you really think that? It's like, no, I didn't. In fact, I'm dating a 200-pound dude. Okay. Okay, my guy. Yo, did you guys ever play the Mario Kart Wii game? I saw that on YouTube yesterday. I mean, the screen looks super clean. Like, you steer with a wheel, and like, he was playing as Mario, which was kind of cool. Like, he drove like manual with a motorcycle. How stressful does that have to be though? It's like, guys, are you really playing Mario Kart at the optimal level? It's like, first of all, you could choose automatic or manual. And second of all, you could choose which vehicle you want. It's like, oh my god, bro, I don't know. Like, I have decision paralysis. Like, am I actually good at Mario or not? And then, like, you have to race the NPCs and stuff. And it's like, bro, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I could just make gold in old school RuneScape. And it's a massive multiplayer online game on mobile phone, like, with everybody else. Right now, not having the stamina is a huge negative. Like, the Revenant Maledictus could come at any time. This is going so well, dude. Yeah, now's a super nice time. I do need to feed my dogs, obviously. I let them out at 4 p.m, so... because I always let them out at 3:30 p.m. every day. Every single day. Without fail. Like, my 13 or 14-year-old dog, he knows. Like, I sit there, I'm like, come on, go outside. Okay. And, like, he sits there and he, like, looks up with his, like, obese pug eyes. And he knows, like he stands up. He, like, walks over. He looks like a mini black bear. He walks over to the kitchen gate. Like, if you replaced my black pug, who's, like, 14, if you replaced him with, like, a mini black bear baby, I would have no idea. It's so cute. I think black pugs are like the best, cause like white pugs, I mean fawn pugs, like their faces, they turn white as they get old, like super old. And I mean black pugs, they definitely have like, I don't know, it seems like they have better body structures for at least lying down. Cause like the other pug, he would just lay on his side. Maybe we just got better like floors, but we had wood floors at the time, so already for my first pug. This is we're on our 4th pug now, which is super relatable. It's because it's like our 4th and last pug, or maybe 2nd to last pug. It's like, how many more pugs can you get? It's like, we live in a new country with new rules. I mean, it's the same country, I think. But like, so many people live way farther away than I do. Wow. So this person just fell here with amethyst arrows. Alright, let's take some of his stuff. How messed up is that, bro? He's just gonna die here with 18 mana rays. Team 26 cape. What an absolute noob, bro. Magic shortbow? How much is that worth? I'm gonna take his magic shortbow. And his van braces. Yeah, what a noob. Alright, let's show standard. Do you want magic shortbow back? Okay, let's trade with him. That's only worth 830 coins. Okay. Nice. Yo, look how nice I am, bro. That probably made his day. He made like 30,000 gold there. And now he's probably gonna go mine and like go insane. Like that's probably all he's gonna do for the next like however many years. Like he's just gonna sit there. He's gonna be like, yeah, bro, I just mine in RuneScape. Like, so. Yeah, I can't believe he traded me 2 mana rays. That's the most like desperate thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, who does that? What a buffoon. What a lesser human being. Am I right, guys? We are all better than him. Alright. We are Venom. Am I right? Alright, guys, ready for Venom 3? Venom. I have the Eminem Final Kamikaze with the red camo. He says Venom on it. Like on my vinyl record. Like it just sits there and it just keeps repeating. It's like Venom, Venom. I'm mad annoyed. The not famous Call of Duty streamers, they try to steal that from me. Like they just sit there, they're like Venom. It's like, bro. I bought the Kamikaze record. Yo, that Big Dogs music video, so dope. I listened to it for like 5 seconds. I was like, wow, this is... What am I doing with this gear setup? I mean, this is a just car gear setup. It does extra damage, I think. I'm pretty sure it... Does it have attack bonus? I know it has defense bonus, so I take less damage overall. Which is very useful. Especially if you have a bracelet with the earring equipped, so I have to eat way less food. But yeah, this is the Just Car armor set in Ultra RuneScape, which is really good. Obviously, it's super expensive, but they have a red dragon mask at the GE, so it's like 5,000 gold. You could put on a red dragon mask. It's cosmetic. Yeah, so the Just Car gear has no attack bonuses whatsoever. But it does have defense bonuses. So I could just eat way less. What is this? You don't have set bonus from Jesse without the legs on. You have rune legs. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, if you... Like, I got the bow of Ferdinand and it was 147 million golds, which is pretty cool. I mean, in terms of the coolest thing in old school RuneScape, I'm going to be doing Temple of the Eye quest, where you get to see the Guardian underwater. And you have to do Rune Mysteries first, and Temple of the Eye, which are 2 like 5-minute quests to train your rune crafting. If obviously you're training for Perilous Moons quest, you could train your rune crafting and your construction, and then you can go and do Perilous Moons after you do Children of the Sun to get into Varlamore, and then Twilight's Promise to unlock Varlamore teleportation. So it looks like I'm getting PvP'd by a guy with D-Claws, which is mad cool. Right? So I just respawned in Krend, near, obviously, my statue. You could actually go underneath this statue. Check out this song right here. Watch this, ready? Watch. So this statue isn't there for you, unless you do 100% Architectural Alliance per my YouTube video, which is impossible, okay? But they have Beneath the Kingdom song in here. And how cool is that? They actually have Steel Dragons over here and Brutal Blue Dragons. You want to go check out the Brutal Blue Dragons real quick? I'll show them to you. Yo, check this out. So underneath here is where I like to train my character. Yeah, so we got Brutal Blue Dragons. They're gonna defeat me. We got brutal Red Dragons over here. We have Brutal Black Dragons over here. How cool is that? The Steel Dragons are way cooler. Okay. So I didn't have Protect Item on. I didn't have Protect Item on when they defeated me, so I'll go down there again real quick. So much for that. Might as well just bring gear. How did you go to the Kingdom Divided boss? Isn't it impossible? Yeah. The Kingdom Divided boss is definitely impossible. Down here, you could use Protect Magic so that the dragons don't do as much damage to you, or you could use an extended super anti-fire potion. So you have to use your prayer abilities to be safer against more powerful enemies. See? Alright, so let's go loot my grave so I don't have to pay gold. Get my ring back. See? He's not even hitting me with damage. So I could fight him real quick. I do way more damage if I have my Divine Super Combat Potion, but I mean, this is a relatively easy fight, so let's head out of here. It's just a really cool song. Yeah, the Kingdom Divided quest is, I mean, very difficult, but if you do like Shadow of the Storm quest, that's very fun to do. I mean, look how clean this statue looks, right? It looks even cooler on mobile. But if you do 100% Architectural Alliance, you could fight Skatizo, you could do Lost City, and Lost City essentially, you could unlock the Chaelder per my Slayer training video, and if you spend like 10 million gold in prayer, you could use the Book of the Dead to teleport near here. You could also use Arceus. You could teleport to Arceus and go check out the Arceus library and stuff. I mean, I'm sure you guys watched the pros play the new Harry Potter game. And if you cast, like if you end up casting like that evil spell on anybody, they send you directly to Alcatraz. So, I mean, getting sent to Alcatraz is probably the worst thing that could happen in Harry Potter. Like, for sure. Alright, so I ran out of wealth rings, so I'm going to use my Varrock teleport, and I'm going to run over to the GE manually. Because I was in Corinth. You could actually click the compass up here, and you can, like, run that way. I could obviously turn off roofs in settings, so all settings. I could hide roofs if I want. So yeah, I mean, this game is like, I look like the Soul of Cinder in Dark Souls 3. Like, did you guys know when you beat Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 that if you link the Final Flame after those bosses, then essentially, sadly, you can't do the DLCs. So you got to make sure, obviously, if you're playing like specifically those night games, just not to like link the Final Flame after the final boss, because at that point it's like don't you want to fight the Nameless King in Dark Souls 3, or the demon from below, or the demon in pain? Like, they have Dark Eater Midir in Dark Souls 3, and Dark Eater Midir is like probably the coolest dragon next to the Elden Beast in Elden Ring. The Elden Beast apparently got nerfed a little bit. You fight him in like the water, and he's a celestial dragon. How cool was that? I never played Elden Ring. It came out while I was working at a bank. That's pretty cool though. They have other games on iPhone that are pretty cheap. Like, they have KOTOR 2 on iPhone, like Star Wars KOTOR 2. That game's impossible. Like, literally impossible. It's pretty fun though, because my new bow of Verdunhinen, like, in Perfidinus, the elf city, or the fairy city, you could essentially get a crystal to change the color of your bow, from like white to green, black, red. You could also fight Fragment of Saren. Saren's like a god in old school RuneScape, so she's also in RuneScape 3 in like the Desperate Creatures, the Desperate Measures quest. You could see her while you're walking on the agility course in Berthorpe. She's like in the castle, like right there. She's in many other quests too that are like way harder to get to. Like, there's like one with like a waterfall, a lava waterfall. Oh, yeah, Defender. So they have Defenders in Berthorpe, which you could teleport to with the Games Necklace. And if you're fighting the Hill Giants within the 3rd floor, the top floor of Berthorpe, essentially, in order to get access though, you need to get cred or whatever by fighting, I think, 10 of the Rune Knights in that like science looking room. And then obviously once you fight like 10 of them, then you get enough cred when you talk to the person at the top, the 3rd floor, and she says, oh, now you may go in. So you go in, you fight Hill Giants for 40 minutes, and you could right click and you actually won't see the defender on top of the bones. So I got my bronze defender, obviously, by right clicking and taking it, but you have to do that a next round for each of the defenders. So getting the dragon defender would take a little bit more time, like 3 more hours. I already dedicated 2 hours to it, so just to get the bronze defender. So my main goal was, like, I streamed TOA, and I managed to obviously the dude that I randomly partnered with, because I did Beneath Cursed Sands quest, which unlocks the TOA raid. You have to be a pretty high level to beat Beneath Cursed Sands. But but you could get started on the quest series beforehand. And yeah, I mean, just by joining someone else's raid, I was able to be lucky enough to beat it, because they have quite some many people that can basically solo TOA, as long as you join their party. 1 second, I'm gonna have some soda. I'm parched. Nice. Yeah, I game way too much. You see people, they game way too much on these platforms. An unhealthy amount. Because like I jogged today at the track. Living near a track is like significant. It's like basically the most important thing. Because you could just go to the track at any time. I run all the time, dude. Yeah. Yeah, this stream is pure gold, for sure. I mean, oh, another chat. Oh, yeah. You could talk all you want in my chat, bro. I mean, this game is mad cool because essentially, like, I worked with ChatGPT in real life, you know, and I couldn't tell that they were messing with me. So, like, you would ask questions and they would give half answers, and like they would just string you along for like the longest amount of time, and like everyone did it. So it's like pretty fun, because like after a amount of time, like you could talk to this one dude and he'll like sit there and he'll be like, oh, like, you don't know this? And then like he could do like other like managerial things, like I don't know, make stuff up. But yeah, I mean, having a coding background and like 8 jobs of experience basically protected me from getting, like, working in New York is very hard, but it's definitely easily doable if you're a professional and you have a lot of good food. It costs money to eat, like you need to travel and stuff. Yeah, I work with ChatGPT in real life, dude. Like, for real. Cause like, you think it's easy. Like, they have these things, like in my playlist, I have a food album, and it has all the best food choices. Like, I took pictures of food for 3 years straight. My mom worked at the grocery store for 30 years and retired, and she collects retirement funds from working at the grocery store on a monthly basis. So I would know what really good foods are. I also know what really good clothing is. I used to have a website where it was easier for me to recommend products, but to keep it simple, obviously my YouTube Shorts has haircut recommendations, like you cut your own hair with that. I like to use like the 2 on the sides, like 4 diagonally, and like 5 on top. Yeah, cutting your own hair is super useful, because like you're trying to spend like what, $30 and gas to go have someone else cut your hair? No. And you could shave your face and stuff with all that kind of stuff, and it's relatable too because it saves you time and energy. I got the Alienware PC from Dell. They have sales during Labor Day. The Alienware Aurora R11. I only have 2080 Super, which in 2020 was the top of the line, but now they jumped up like 2 more generations, like right away. In like 2022, I think they released the 4090 NVIDIA. So pretty soon they should probably be releasing the new NVIDIA. Because I had the 2080 right in 2020, and I mean 2080 Super. So they jumped up to the 3080 and the 4090, which you could stream and record at 4K if you have a 4K monitor natively. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know how good your Ethernet. I stream wirelessly. I don't use an Ethernet cable. So that's pretty cool. Like, I'm using OBS Studio, which I just dragged on my screen right here, and I can read my chats and stuff and see all the chat rate and the concurrent viewers and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like, I have an OBS Studio guide in my how to connect classic consoles playlist to YouTube. And essentially, in addition to showing how to connect classic consoles to PC, it also shows how to use OBS Studio to stream yourself. So obviously you could join Discord. They have advanced settings for OBS Studio with Discord as well. So your friends could be in the chat as well. And you can, I guess, include their voice chat as like an audio channel from Discord. So you and your friends can essentially stream together. You could also solo like everything. You guys ever see the "Let Me Solo Her" meme, where the guy with he has the urn on his head, and he essentially beats the entirety of Elden Ring, like solo. So, like, I've seen a ton of like anime in my lifetime, and like anime, obviously, like One Punch Man season 1 has, like, if you get the Blu-ray, then it's in English, but I watched One Punch Man season 1 on Netflix, and it had the Japanese song intro, which was not as cool. So right now I'm 86.2% to my next level, which is pretty huge. One Punch Man, yeah, season 1 is the greatest. Yeah, I tried reading the manga for One Punch Man, and it's the same exact thing as the show. Literally. The first 4 mangas are literally the same exact thing as the show. Page for page. But, I mean, they look relatively cool. And, I mean, the show is way cooler. Bandai Namco, they made like a One Punch Man game, which I did not play. I preferred playing World of Warcraft and all the games in my playlist. I'm sure you guys maybe, like, I show the VR, but that's more so a commentary on controlling your PC with VR wirelessly. And I essentially think, like, using, so I'm getting PvP'd, so I'm gonna ensure I protect item on, so I keep 4 of my most expensive items. If I don't get out of the cave, I owe another 100k gold to get in here. But yeah, my VR video, I show how to charge your PS5 controller with the official Oculus Link cable from your PC, and it's super long and useful. And I mean, yeah, personally, VR consoles, obviously, that one's wireless, so on one hand it's fun, but on the other hand you have limited funds, so the PC is obviously the coolest. Because you could connect all your classic consoles to the PC, so you don't even really need the TV necessarily. And then, like, you could do all your, like, work and studying on your PC, so you could just skip the TV entirely. And besides that, I mean, like, what else could you really purchase? I don't know. Like in terms of games, like, oh yeah, another thing you could purchase would be like the Steam Deck, for example, which you could play a ton of games on. Because it's like, do you really want a Nintendo Switch? Like, they have all the classic games on there, but in my How to Connect Classic Consoles playlist, I show how to play all Game Boy Advance games on the epilogue. So it's like, why would you create a hardware console that nobody could even play when you can literally... So I'm getting PvP'd again. Apparently this dude sits in World 493 for whatever reason with his Void Waker. and that's fine. I mean, you have my statue over here. Like, look how cool this statue is, dude. Wow. Look at the trees over there. That's actually the woodcutting guild over there. They have magic trees there. I mean, don't fall for it, but... because the Revenant Cave gets you way more gold. But, like, it's still kind of cool. So, I'm at 9.4k. That guy just took away 200k from me, which is very upsetting. And unacceptable, frankly. Because I was doing pretty good. I don't know why he has to knock me out twice. But there is a ton of PvP in this game. Yeah, it is. It's a really cool statue. Like, it really is. Like, look at the cannonballs here, right? And my forehead. Like, it's just so significant. Like, there's dragons over here too. Check this out. Like, they have Revenant dragons. So, obviously you could just run over with your Osmotin Fang and you can fight the Revenant dragon, which is like significant. So, I'm using Piety, which lets me do extra damage. So, I don't have my my Bracelet of Ethereum equipped, so I'm taking a little bit more damage. But overall, I'd still be able to defeat him, because my Osmotin Fang does a lot of damage, first of all. Wow, so it looks like my heart on my OBS Studio is going off, which is kind of cool. Like, it's emoting a ton. So that means that people like me, which is really cool. Because, like, normally how I approach everything is, like, I talk to people and they normally just send me messages, like, on the down low, on like some platform that I don't even know where I'm receiving messages. Or I do see that I'm receiving messages and then I just feel weird, like it's their angry boyfriend trying to ban me. So I just don't talk, or I just get banned. That's basically what Twitch is as a platform. It's angry poor boyfriends banning you who don't have a collection. That's the entire platform. And then just like really fun, always constantly on people. YouTube's pretty cool though. You can like play with other people, like with AI and timelines to some degree. Like, I don't know, communicating the difference between playing with other people and just really cool bosses is kind of like an ask. Because it's like, oh yeah, well, you could play the game. Or, like, first of all, the reason that thumbnails exist is so you could see what's kind of cool in a game. And then people just like, I love bosses. So it's just like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, seeing a part of the game that has bosses makes it look cool. It's like, I'll only play this game if you sponsor me to play it on YouTube. And it's like, okay, I see where you're coming with that. Like, you don't give free, like, art of the games. Like, which makes sense. Like, why should it, like, necessarily look a certain way unless requested? It's like, well, actually, no, in fact, I quit streaming entirely. And this is my favorite game of all time. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, life is pretty short, and yeah, I mean, like, what's the point? A Dragon Defender, it's like a one-handed sword that you equip with other one-handed swords, such as the Void Waker or Osmumton. And in general, I really don't necessarily, I don't know. Like, you could do combat achievements in this game. So you have combat tasks. So I have 67 combat points, which is bronze. So I got one free 5k EXP lamp from Gomal, Ghommmal, in the game's necklace area and near Berthort. And essentially, that was just, like, I got that without even looking. So, I mean, that's kind of not how I perceive the Defender. I mean, obviously, if they reviewed it, then it has to be important, right? Because they were talking about that on stream. So, obviously, it's worth doing. It just, doing it takes a little bit of extra time. So, like, I'm getting my golds right now. Because if I get my golds, then obviously, like, I have 9.3 million. So, like, if I get more golds, then, like, I'll be GG. And that's basically the entire point of anything that we do, collectively, as a people. Like, if you're not GG, then, like, you're irrelevant. That's, like, the entire point of everything. Like, if you're not playing Guitar Hero for GG, what are you even doing? Like, have you guys ever played Guitar Hero 3? No, I did not kill Zolver yet. You need ranged, I think, to fight him. I think he's actually super easy to get to. Like, you don't have to do a quest at all. Or anything. Like, at all. And yeah, I saw Pack the Yak. He fought Zolver like 300 plus times. So he did Tombs of Amasket 40 times. Because they have this thing called OSRS high scores on Google, and you could look up people's names to see their levels in anything, which is kind of cool. Like, so the dude who beat TOA for me, he had essentially level 99 ranging, but he only had 92 attack and like 93 strength and stuff, and like 93 HP. So clearly you don't need to, like, you just need the ranged, obviously, because for the most part while you're fighting Akka, like, using ranged on him is really useful. And then when you're fighting, obviously, the alligator, using range on him is useful. The alligator is called Zabak. And then the Scabarite, Kefri, Kephri. I mean, yeah, the Osmumton Fang worked super well against him in Tombs of Amasket. I thought seeing Elodinus' Warden and Tumakin's Warden was, like, super cool. Oh, I'm drinking soda. I normally only drink water. Like, I didn't have caffeine until I was, like, in college. And then, yeah, I mostly drank low-fat milk because my college cafeteria was always closed. So having food stored was relatively hard, especially since you didn't have access to stoves or anything. So obviously you could buy like $6 $7 sandwiches or whatever. But just getting enough food in was a big ask. So, like, I would initially take like plastic containers and put like chicken in it, but then I basically gave up pretty quickly, and I mostly just bought like sandwiches. Like, within like the first like 2 weeks, I was like, nah, bro, I'm not cleaning all this stuff. So I just threw it all out, like, right away. Like, did you guys even add weather widgets to your iPhone? You hold the space in between the apps and you press the plus sign on iPhone XS or later. And you could essentially put the weather widget or battery widgets on your iPhone. You know they don't tell you that. You know why, right? Because I'm woke. W-O-K-E. I know stuff. You could have a battery widget. You could have a weather widget. You could look at the weekly weather on the weather widget. I know what weather it is at all times. Because if it's not above 70 degrees, I can't run outside. I run all the time. You know why I can't run outside? Because Michael Phelps is the biggest racist person on this planet. Okay? You ever hear of just how good he is at swimming? Or how good Usain Bolt is at running? Well, look how ripped they are. Okay? That's all they want you to see and know. Because they don't believe in America. Okay? They just think because they have gold medals that anything is possible. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. Because, I mean, Usain Bolt, first of all, he's black. And second of all, not everybody can run that fast. Or is as good or talented as Michael Phelps is at swimming. So, it's just unfair expectations. Because, like, personally, I have to stop running every 0.25 miles. Okay? At like 32 years old. Because they lied to you. Okay? They lied to you. They want to take your Jason Voorhees face, and you guys see the meat canyon video about Nikado Avocado and how he like rips his face off. Well, I mean, like technically it's fine to show gore like Saw movies to kids in like 2nd grade. So obviously you do that with my nutsack, and essentially you have Stephen Colbert right there, okay? Just sitting there grinning at you like a fucking weirdo. It's like, bro, you didn't tell me that I can't run. Fucking piece of shit. Get a better show. During the winter time. Like, he's just sitting there, talking head, telling women to go to grad school. He's like, yeah, just study this bullshit thing. See me as a figure. It's like, alright, Stephen Colbert, piece of shit. Yo, I trade options. Do you guys trade options? I'm woke. I'm woke, dude. I'm woke. You guys know you could trade with margin on stocks? You could trade with 4 times the cash value that you own. So if you have like, you just enable it in your broker. So if you have like 4K, you enable margin and you could trade with up to 16K. How cool is that? Obviously, if the stock goes down a lot, then sadly, they could change the margin requirement and also sell off the stock and you take the full loss. But like, I mean, if it goes in your direction, like in 2013 when I started trading, I mean, like Netflix went up like 600%. So obviously with 4K, if you have 16K invested and it goes up 400%, you make 400% times 16K. So you make like 64K. And that's just margin trading. You could also trade with options. So call options. It's not hard. Stop saying it's hard, dude. It's not. It's not hard, okay? So, yeah, I hear all these like little weirdos talking about politics and shit that need to shut their fucking mouth, okay? Because you could literally sit there looking like a piece of shit, wearing the fucking fakest clothing, playing the fakest fucking video games, and not even know about options. Alright? sit there, all they do is trade options. They don't even tell you about it. Alright? Because they're fucking liars. You get the call options to bet it goes up, and then put options bet it goes down. Your max loss is whatever the option is, or whatever you invest in the option. And you could bet options every single earnings report. So you can buy call options when Apple reports like 4 times a year. You buy weekly options, the max loss is whatever you invest. And say if it goes up like 2%, you make like 100%. So you put 1,000 down and it goes up 2%, you make $1,000. Your max loss was 1,000. But it's also possible to make 200% if it goes up like 7% on earnings, which happens like 25% of the time. So obviously options lose value as time goes on. And implied volatility, like if the stock changes a lot, you're not going to make as much from the option. So if it's like always going up like 15% every earnings report, then you can only expect to make like 50% on like a 5%, 4% movement. But obviously you get weekly options, you get monthly options, yearly options. And whoever makes the most profit and revenue obviously is the best way to invest. So yeah, anyone who tells you otherwise is a liar and a thief. And they're bad at RuneScape. They steal all your RuneScape gold. They act like it's their RuneScape gold. It's my RuneScape gold. It's my armor, dude. You see this? I got the Justicar armor set on. I think this is a game, dude. I've been in the Revenant cave for 122 days. I'm woke. I'm woke, dude. I'm eating blighted food in the wilderness. Blighted anglerfish heals more based on your HP level. So the higher your HP level, the more it heals, guys. I'm drinking blighted super restores as prayer potions, so I could use piety from the Camelot quest series. Yo, I fought Sir Lancelot. I beat that dude up in a room, a square room. It had dudes with like padded arms just wrapped around their chest, just stuck to the wall in combat dummy suits, because they don't know that piety exists. You can't even level your prayer. Once you reach level 45, like once you reach level 43, leveling prayer is impossible, okay? Which is why Perilous Moon's quest is so good. Because once you do Twilight's Promise, you can mine Blessed Bone Shards from Nape-Hotsley and sacrifice them in the bowl and get extra prairie XP. You only need level 41 mining, and you can level mining from 0 to 15 immediately by doing Plague City quest in Ardoon, which is near Chino Village quest. You get the pest control teleport from the GE, which you can teleport to with the Ring of Wealth. It's like the auction house, and you teleport to pest control, run north, travel with the squire, go to Port Sarum, or to get to Port Sarum you can teleport to Draenor with the Amulet of Glory and run west. And then you go to the southernmost dock and travel with the top hat guy to Port Khazard. So you can do Plague City near there, near Port Khazard. You could do Plague City levels your mining to 15. So as long as you have level 30 combat, you can mine in Al Kharid near Amir's arena on the Ring of Dueling teleport. So you could teleport to Amir's arena and run to the north near the Scorpions, and you could mine at level 30 combat near the Scorpions without issue. Iron ore until you reach like level 60 and join the mining guilds. But I mean, at level 41 you can do Shiloh Village quest and mine gems as long as you level agility. But like, yeah, that's doing Plague City and then going to Al Kharid for like mining. And then yeah, so in addition to mining gems after doing Shiloh Village quest, you could also mine Blessed Bone Shards to power level your prayer. You think this is a game, dude? I leveled my attack to level 75 in like my Obor video. I was fighting in that brass room to the west of the GE, and the west of the windmill with the brass key. And you could bury their big bones in the meantime. It's kind of a waste to do that, but then I use the Bando Scott Sword at 75. Like, legit. You could use the Osmumpton Fang at level 82 attack, which takes like 2 months of training, at least. Maybe 4 months of training. But you get a special attack. And with the Light Bearer Ring, you can recharge your attack rate 15% faster, your special attack. And the Light Bearer is only 1.8 million, and it's been 1.8 million for like a year. So I always use it. I'm excited for the 925 update, though. Like, the 925 update in this game is going to have level 90 combat. I think it's going to take place, obviously, in Barlamore, where the Coliseum was. And then, lastly, it's going to be 20 people to fight the dragon on top of the mountain. So you can watch all the pros on Twitch showcase all of the new stuff when it is released on 925, which will be pretty fun. Plus, RuneScape 3, you can right-click the globe and change the time of day, which is kind of cool. And it uses the same membership as old school RuneScape. So, like, I've talked to thousands of people, okay, about trading, about pants, about shirts, about websites, about coding, everything. All right. And obviously, they all lie. They all lie to you. No, I'm kidding. I'm logging off. I can't.